Video spoiler, Rhea Ripley vs. Pennywise, the Clown won. WWE superstar Rhea Ripley was recently made an appearance outside the Stamford-based promotion. The Eradicator's husband, AEW star Buddy Matthews, was also present. Mami is all set to compete in the upcoming Women's Money in the Bank match. The bout is stacked with some of the biggest names on the roster, including Stephanie Vaquer, Giulia, Roxanne Perez, Alexa Bliss, and Naomi. Many believe Ripley will destroy everyone to claim her first Money in the Bank briefcase and will go on to cash in for either the WWE Women's Championship or the WWE Women's World Championship. Ahead of her match at MITB, Rhea Ripley was recently seen spending time with her husband, Buddy Matthews. The two stars were out for an adventure at Escape IT, which is an escape game room in Las Vegas. The official Instagram account of Escape IT recently uploaded a video of Ripley and Matthews, in which both stars could be seen petrified by the Pennywise clown, who is also the main antagonist in the movie. In their post's caption, they mentioned that Pennywise won against Ripley. Pennywise, 1. Rhea Ripley, 0. Your turn to face the fear. Book Escape IT now. They wrote. The Eradicator also commented under this post, admitting that Pennywise was extremely fast. Bill Apter believes Rhea Ripley doesn't need a win at WWE Money in the Bank. During a recent edition of Sportskeeda Wrestling's Unscripted, Bill Apter said his favorite pick to win the Women's Money in the Bank match was Alexa Bliss, as fans are not expecting her to take the MITB briefcase home. Apter added that he believed Ripley was already over with the audience and didn't need to win a WWE title. I am gonna pick someone that they haven't found a way to push and yet they want to push at this point, and that's Alexa Bliss. I think Alexa Bliss is someone we are not expecting to win, but the fans would like to see her win. Rhea Ripley doesn't need a win or a belt. She really doesn't. Some of the other girls do, but I just see this as a way to start moving Alexa Bliss in the right direction. Because right now she is kinda lost in Angleland. Rhea Ripley to win major match on WWE SmackDown after Judgment Day members' interference? Possibility explored. Tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown promises to raise tensions ahead of Money in the Bank 2025, with a stacked 6-woman tag team match featuring the contenders from the upcoming ladder match. Rhea Ripley will join forces with Alexa Bliss and recent NXT call-up Stephanie Vaquer to take on the trio of Naomi and 2 more recent NXT alumni, Roxanne Perez and Giulia. This could either be a straightforward showcase, which in wrestling terms would still mean tension, conflict, egos, and the thirst to acquire momentum ahead of the all-important ladder match this Saturday, or the start of something far more chaotic. One element worth watching closely on Raw in recent weeks has been the growing unease between Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez, thanks in part to Finn Balor. Over the few weeks Morgan was off WWE TV to film for her upcoming Hollywood project, Finn Balor was seen aligning with Perez backstage, fueling speculation that she could be targeted for Judgment Day recruitment, much like Morgan was last year in Rhea Ripley's absence. Liv Morgan, who has a long and complicated history with the faction, appears far from thrilled with this development, and her failure to qualify for the MITB ladder match could further derange her and prompt a shocking course of events either tonight or at Money in the Bank. Liv could attempt to intervene during the match in a bid to help Roxanne, only to accidentally cost her team the win and give her archenemy Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, and Alexa Bliss some major momentum heading into Money in the Bank. It would also splinter the heel side and add friction to an already combustible environment that is the Judgment Day clubhouse. With so many conflicting agendas at play, the tag match may offer a preview of the chaos to come, not just in the women's division, but across the Judgment Day too. Whether alliances hold or fall apart over the weekend could well shape the trajectory of Saturday's high-stakes ladder match. Could Liv Morgan's unease with Roxanne Perez boil over into a full-fledged Judgment Day breakup or civil war? The underlying question heading into SmackDown isn't just who wins the 6-woman tag, but what role Liv Morgan might play if she does, in fact, involve herself either on Friday or Saturday. Her distrust of Balor's influence on Roxanne could push her to act, whether it's by confrontation, distraction, or unintended sabotage. If that happens, it could push Roxanne further toward Judgment Day, and further the tensions between Dominik Mysterio and Finn Balor as well. It would be somewhat of a déjà vu experience considering Morgan was also brought into the faction by Balor's covert tactics while Rhea Ripley was absent in the summer of 2024. Either way, Liv's emotional investment and the Judgment Day's presence continue to blur the lines between friend and foe. The briefcase may be up for grabs this Saturday, but the battle for influence may already begin tonight. As for Rhea Ripley, she has long been out of the Judgment Day vortex, is currently involved in a story with Women's World Champion Iyo Sky. As for whether the Eradicator should or should not win the MITB contract, fans and experts can speculate and discuss all they want, but the fans in the arena are bound to go crazy for Rhea Ripley whenever she is live and in living color. WWE Money in the Bank 2025 predictions for both ladder matches. Every year, wrestling purists say it's time to get rid of the Money in the Bank ladder matches. They say that cashing in the briefcase to defeat a tired or injured opponent is a cheap way to win a world championship. Indeed, that has happened many times over the years, starting with Edge beating John Cena for the WWE title in 2006. But these purists don't realize that it's very difficult to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. First, you have to win a triple threat qualifying match. Then, you have to survive an insane ladder match against 5 opponents. So these purists need to realize that the Money in the Bank ladder match is like a world championship match. The winner just needs to pick the right moment to collect the gold. So, who are the big favorites and dark horses for this Saturday's ladder matches? Rhea Ripley is the obvious favorite on the women's side. She is a 3-time champion, and she possesses the power and aggression to prevail in a ladder match. Nobody would be surprised to see Ripley become Mami in the Bank. Rhea Ripley is set to have a major push at WWE Money in the Bank, thinks Hall of Famer, exclusive. WWE Money in the Bank is just days away, which has naturally led to speculation about who the winners will be this time around. According to Hall of Famer Teddy Long, Rhea Ripley is the straightforward pick in the women's division match. The Eradicator is rightfully regarded as one of the biggest names in the company, not just in the women's division of the roster. Her rise to fame has been nothing short of meteoric, with her skill and talent on the mic paving the way to stardom. She has a dedicated fanbase eager to see her win, and Teddy Long believes that MITB might just go her way. On The Wrestling Time Machine, hosted by Mac Davis, the WWE Hall of Famer was asked who he thinks will win the MITB ladder match. Teddy didn't hesitate before saying, "I am going with Rhea Ripley." 149 onwards. You can check out the full video here. Another veteran believes Rhea Ripley won't win the WWE Money in the Bank contract. According to veteran journalist Bill Apter, the Eradicator may not be the one picked to win the coveted prize at MITB. Speaking on the same episode of the Wrestling Time Machine, Apter explained why Alexa Bliss was his pick for the winner. He talked about how Alexa was no longer part of the Wyatt Six, which opened the door for her solo push in the company. He said, "Alexa Bliss. They are gonna bring her back in a big way. The fans want her back in a big way and she is not with the Wyatt Six at this point. Anyway, I think Alexa Bliss is going to surprise everybody and win that." 047 onwards, it remains to be seen whether Bill Apter's or Teddy Long's predictions will come true at WWE Money in the Bank. Nick Aldis makes huge official WWE announcement before SmackDown featuring Rhea Ripley, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes. Nick Aldis has taken to social media ahead of WWE SmackDown to make a huge official announcement about the show, featuring some of the top names in the company, including Rhea Ripley, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes. WWE is heading into Money in the Bank in just a few days. The event is sure to be a big one, featuring several top matches, including John Cena teaming up with Logan Paul to take on Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, along with other exciting matches. However, before all this, Nick Aldis took to social media to talk about what was waiting for them all. In the announcement, He revealed that all 12 stars participating in the men's and women's Money in the Bank matches would appear on the Friday night show. He said that he was sure there would be explosive interactions as a result. Every single participant in the men's and women's Money in the Bank matches will be in the house tomorrow night on SmackDown. Yes, every representative of both Raw and SmackDown will be there. I can only assume that's going to lead to some explosive confrontations. 012 to 028. Nick Aldis also announced a 6-person tag team match featuring everyone in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Alexa Bliss will team up with Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vaquer to face Giulia, Roxanne Perez, and Naomi. Also, Cody Rhodes and Uso would be facing down their Money in the Bank opponents before the show. Next, how about some 6-woman tag team action, with Rhea Ripley teaming up with Alexa Bliss and Stephanie Vaquer to take on Naomi, Roxanne Perez, and Giulia. And finally, Cody Rhodes and the World Heavyweight Champion Uso will be in the house to confront the WWE Champion John Cena and Logan Paul one final time before their historic tag team matchup at Money in the Bank. That's all going down tomorrow night live August 7th Central, on USA and around the world on Netflix, on SmackDown. Nick Aldis will have a difficult time managing the chaotic feud involving Uso, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and Logan Paul. WWE SmackDown is certain to be explosive, as every time Uso, Cody Rhodes, Logan Paul, and John Cena have been in the same building recently, things have gotten physical. With only one night between SmackDown and Money in the Bank, Nick Aldis will certainly have his hands full making sure everyone gets to the event in one piece.